Here's a shocking statistic. The average first-time home buyer waits 7 years longer than they should to purchase their first home. Not because they can't afford it, but because they don't understand the process. Today, we're fixing that. Buying your first home can feel like learning a foreign language. There are terms like amortization, PMI, and escrow accounts flying around, and everyone seems to expect you to already know what they mean. But here's the good news. Breaking down the home buying process into simple steps makes it way less intimidating. Let's start with the most important question. How much house can you actually afford? This isn't the same as how much a bank will lend you. Banks will lend you as much as they legally can, but that doesn't mean you should borrow it all. A good rule of thumb is that your monthly mortgage payment, property taxes, insurance, and HOA fees shouldn't exceed 28% of your gross monthly income. So if you make $5,000 a month, you're looking at a maximum of $1,400 for all housing costs combined. This is a starting point, not a finish line. Before you even start looking at houses, you need to get pre-approved for a mortgage. This is different from pre-qualification, which is basically just a bank saying, yeah, we believe what you told us about your income. Pre-approval is serious. You'll submit tax returns, bank statements, employment verification, the full picture. The bank will run a hard credit inquiry and actually verify your financial situation. This is valuable because it shows sellers you're a serious buyer, and it gives you a real number to work with when you're house hunting. Now let's talk down payment. The old "you need 20% down" rule is outdated. Sure, 20% avoids PMI, that's private mortgage insurance, which protects the lender if you default. But plenty of first-time buyer programs exist with 5 or 10% down. Some states and local programs even offer zero down options for qualified buyers. The key is understanding your total cost. If you put down 5%, you'll pay PMI every month until you hit 20% equity. That costs money, but it also gets you into a home faster while you build wealth through equity and appreciation. Here's where most people get blindsided: closing costs. These aren't optional fees that show up at the last second. They're normal and expected, but nobody talks about them. Closing costs typically run 2 to 5% of your purchase price. That includes loan origination fees, title insurance, appraisal fees, home inspection, and attorney fees. On a $300,000 house, you're looking at $6,000 to $15,000 in closing costs alone. Save for this separately from your down payment. This is non-negotiable. Let me give you an analogy. Buying a home is like building a bridge. Your down payment is the foundation, your income is the structural steel, your credit score is the engineering blueprint, and your savings for closing costs are the tools you need to actually construct it. Without one of these pieces, the whole structure falls apart. When you're actually shopping for mortgages, don't just take the first offer. Shop around with at least 3 different lenders. A difference of even 0.5% on your interest rate can save you tens of thousands of dollars over 30 years. And remember, there are different mortgage types. A 30-year fixed mortgage is the most common and gives you predictable payments. A 15-year mortgage means higher monthly payments, but you build equity faster and pay less interest overall. Adjustable rate mortgages start low but can spike up. They're risky for first-time buyers. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't make big purchases or open new credit accounts right before applying for a mortgage. Don't quit your job or change jobs right before closing. Don't assume you can afford what the bank says you can afford. And honestly, don't rush. If you're not ready, waiting 6 months to save more for a down payment is smarter than being house poor for the next 30 years. The truth is, homeownership is an investment in your future, but it's also a massive responsibility. Take your time, educate yourself, and make decisions based on your actual financial situation, not what you think you're supposed to do. Remember, this is not financial advice. Always consult a licensed financial advisor before making major financial decisions. If this video helped you understand the home buying process better, smash that like button and subscribe for more finance content. Drop a comment below with your biggest question about buying a home. What's holding you back from making the leap?